So in this video, the audio is going to keep ducking out. I'm not really sure what happened. Unplugging and replugging the mics seems to have helped. It's a new audio setup, and so everything's still kind of messed up. Please forgive me. It should be better in the next one. Okay, team. I have a confession. I hate mages. I think magic is stupid. I think wearing dresses is silly. And I really have always hated mages as long as I have been playing games. So, today we're going to talk about advanced martials, the stuff we actually care about. So, in Words of Power, there are basic actions that you can take, like attack and move, but there are a couple of special cases that let you do more things by spending an extra action, which means you can't move and do them on the same time. We're just going to click over to special cases, and we're going to go through them real quick. There's not a ton. So dual wield, if you're holding two weapons or you have an open unarmed attack, you can use your unarmed attack too. So you can do that by standing in one space using your full turn. Flanking, if you're on opposite sides of an enemy, you can get a bonus there. Grappling, you can grab things using an unarmed attack roll, and what you roll determines what you grab, and then that hit zone is bound, and you can hit it for free without rolling, which is great in a team situation. Unarmed attacks can do damage to HP through armor if the hit zone is bound. There's kind of like a build up to it where you grab something and then you smash it. Takes 2 turns, but it can be worth it. And then defending. Defending is like the most obvious important thing that nobody does for some reason, but you can attack and then defend on the same turn. Shields are really valuable. The example puts them at 13 armor, so you can block headshots, you can block critical hits. Those will go to whatever you use to block. So in the case of a shield, you can block headshots with a 13 armor shield, all willy-nilly, and people just don't do it. I don't understand. Anyway, mages suck. Let's talk about enhancing combat actions. Okay, so some weapons will come with words attached to them. Other times you'll have a character that chose a combat-related word as one of their words at character creation. So if you use, for example, a mace with the word sunder on it, and you use that extra action to use the word sunder, you can get a bonus to whatever you're trying to do, but you still have to describe your intent, your goal, what it is you're trying to do. So if you're trying to break his armor, and you're going to use sunder, then the storyteller might adjudicate, as our example here shows us, that you deal 2 times to armor and half to HP, depending on what you hit when you roll. This would work the same if you had sunder as an inherent word or on your weapon. Same thing. Rend might give you more damage to HP, less damage to armor. And this isn't consumed, this is just enhancing your combat action. If you use a drawn word, then it is consumed. But you can use all kinds of words to bolster your combat actions. So if you had a word like precision, you might be able to roll 2 attack rolls and then take the higher. So you don't have to cast a whole spell with 2 words, an inherent word and a drawn word. You can just use 1 word to enhance your actions like you might in a skill check. I think block is really one of the best examples of this. In our example charts here that you should not use, make your own. Shields come with the word block, and that's on purpose. That's so that everyone with a shield can roll twice on their block attempt, so that having a shield makes you better at blocking than with like a weapon or something. You can block with anything, you can block with your foot, but blocking with a shield specifically will give you better rolls, because you get to roll twice and then choose the higher, and that's on purpose. So then we also have like special purpose weapons that, again, are not part of the core game. They're things that are examples or exist in my setting specifically. In this case, a claw that you would wear on like your offhand, so you could get a nice 1d4 lethal straight up damage, would also give you the tag clumsy. So what does this mean? This means that it counts as an open hand for casting spells, for grabbing things, for grabbing people, but the clumsy tag makes it suck at those things. They get an extra roll against them whenever you try to use that hand to do anything. You can technically do it, but you suck at it. In exchange, you have a 1d4 weapon in your offhand. It's just an example. lots of weapons exist like that. So if we look at like the glaive, it's got cover. Now, what does cover mean? In my scenario, it means that you can block for an ally. That is not normally an action that's included in the rules. But giving it the word cover gives the player the thoughts, hey, I can cover. So now that I've talked tons of trash about mages, let's talk about using these inherent words, because they are inherent words when it's equipped, to cast spells. So if you have, for example, an axe that has rend on it, you can do like rend and then the drawn word speed to slow someone down with an attack roll with your axe. Now, the axe doing damage or not, that's totally up to the storyteller. I think it should. But the point is that you can use it as an inherent word. You can sunder door. You can cover fire, right? Block fire from hitting somebody else. Or create like a barrier for fire using your glaive. And it's badass. So yeah, I think that really pretty much summarizes everything. Warriors are awesome. Mages are lame. There are a bunch of things that you can do that people just don't do for some reason. Start doing them. Get a shield. It's pretty important. Yeah, I'll hit you in the next one.